In 1929 in Chicago, a gentleman by the name of Marion Wade, a former minor league baseball player, started the company. It was just a moth-proofing company then. In 1952, it expanded to carpet cleaning and pioneered what is now called outsourcing. And the Sidwells wanted a community that had a lot of churches, had a lot of soccer opportunities where kids love soccer, and a good Parks and Rec department, so they chose Lancaster. And so in 1980, they moved the franchise here in Lancaster, to 6th Avenue. But then in 2002, Todd George, current owner, purchased the franchise from them. And in 2004, he bought a building that's on Mulberry Street, and that's where the franchise is located currently. I'm Jay Johnson, General Manager of Service Master Clean by Todd George, where we guarantee if it's not done right the first time, we'll do it again.
Service Master Clean by Todd George, 740-687-1077, 740-687-1077.
Hi, welcome to FCA Sports Weekly. I'm Ruthie Johnson, honored to be here today with Athletic Director Mr. Aaron Bates. So Mr. Bates, as we know, the FCA cross-country team has been doing extremely well. How did they do this past weekend at the Central Ohio Cross Country Invitational?
Yeah, Ruthie, the boys cross-country team continues to perform really well. They finished first this weekend at the COCCI, and they're just hoping to continue to gain some momentum as these invitationals wind to a close to try to get into the state tournament this year.
You said something last week that the golf team was ending their season soon. How have they been doing?
Yeah, the golf team finished second in the Mid-State League postseason tournament this week, and then next week they're going to have the sectional tournament, and they hope to do real well there so they can advance and keep their season going into the districts.
This week is the homecoming football game, and the FCA Knights are playing football rivals Grove City Christian. What do we know about Grove City Christian, and how do we expect this week's game to go?
Yeah, Ruthie, we're excited to finally get into some Mid-State League games. The non-conference schedule has been really tough for us, much like it was last year. But the good news is that last year we got into Mid-State League and we ran the table. So that's what we're hoping to do this year. We're hoping that tough non-conference schedule prepared us for this, and that hopefully we can get our first win and our first league win here this week against Grove City Christian.
Thank you for watching FCA Sports Weekly, and thank you for your time, Mr. Bates. Now, on to the game.
Hi, I'm former Buckeye quarterback Rex Kern. I played football, basketball, and baseball in high school. Those experiences provided me with learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. High school sports help young people learn about hard work, discipline, and sacrifice, and they go a long way in helping provide the tools needed to succeed in life. High school sports are more than extracurricular, they're extra important too.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
It's a beautiful night for football. Hi again, everybody. Jack Davidson along with Caleb Yount and the FCA media team tonight. Homecoming 2014. Grove City Christian Eagles take on the FCA Knights. Grove City Christian dressed in the road white jerseys, black pants, dark blue stripes, piping, and trim. FCA in the familiar blue jerseys, red pants, red helmets. Kicking off for Grove City Christian, Tristan Taylor, 5'10", senior. Jeremiah Lee back to receive. Ball's in the air, and we are underway at New Lexington, Ohio. Lee up to the 28-yard line. Good return, first down, Knights. Caleb, how's homecoming treat you this year?
It's been great.
You enjoy it?
I did.
What'd you guys do last night? Had a dance? Where was the dance?
At the Lancaster hangar. And
Very good. Saw some familiar faces. The FCA alumni here tonight. Jeremiah Lee, the quarterback. Give to Walls. Up the middle. Good gain on first down up to about the 35. Being up 2nd and 5. Grove City comes in tonight. Record of 1-2. Coached by Andrew McCampbell. Won their last game against Portsmouth Notre Dame by a score of 43-32. FCA coming off a loss against Grandview, 76-14. Pass thrown out into the flat by Lee. Caught by Caleb Lobenthal. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5. We've got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Knights. Lee gift to Walls. He's hit in the backfield and dropped by Alec Poling, 5'11", senior defensive back. Bring up 4th down for the Knights with 10:45 to go in the first quarter of play.
Grove City's defense looked pretty good those last 2 plays. Able to stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
Colin Blackwell to punt. There's the snap, good snap, and it's blocked. Ball will go out of bounds inside the 2-yard line. First down for Grove City Christian.
Great job by Grove City there, getting the turnover on special teams.
Grove City starts tonight in great field position. Ball will be marked at the 1. Player to watch tonight for Grove City Christian, Trey Roberts. Number 2, scored 5 touchdowns last week. Had 246 rushing yards just on the touchdowns alone. There's the snap. Give to the first back through, and that's a touchdown for Grove City. Alec Poling on the 1-yard plunge. And it's 6-0 Grove City.
This is similar to what we saw last week against Grandview.
Tristan Taylor will kick the point after. Roberts to hold. Low snap, ball down, kick is up, and he splits the uprights. 10:15 to go, first quarter of play. Grove City Christian takes an early 7-0 lead over the Knights at Homecoming 2014 on the FCA Sports Network. Here's Caleb to tell you who sponsors us tonight.
Big Sandy Superstore was founded in 1953. They believe in giving customers the best possible value for their money spent. And if there is a problem, they simply follow the golden rule. This simple formula has stood the test of time. Big Sandy Superstore. Bigger, better. In Lancaster on Memorial Drive. Online at BigSandySuperstore.com.
Got Lee and Lobenthal back dual safety for the Knights. Teeing the ball up is Tristan Taylor for Grove City Christian. This is quite a rivalry. These two teams have played for a number of years, particularly in basketball when they were in the MoCal. Just recently, they've played the past few years as they've gone to the Mid-State League Cardinal Division. 2 fledgling programs. And these teams have a history. It's a good matchup. See how the Knights do tonight. against the 1-2 Grove City Christian Eagles. Knights 0-3, coached by B.J. Queen, lost to Rosecrans 32-0 in the opener, lost to Northridge a couple weeks ago 35-7, and lost to Grandview 76-14 last week. Game time temperature at kickoff 77 degrees, winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. Taylor tees it up at the 40. Booming kick. Lee will let it go out of the end zone, and the Knights will take it over on the touchback. Tonight's officials: Mike Nose, the referee; Scott Hamilton, the umpire; Ned Harlow, the linesman; line judge Dave Pitkin; and Dwayne Walk, the back judge. Knights down 7-0 early. Leaper, Lobenfeld, wide left. Walls the lone setback. Lee, give to Caleb over left guard. Powers his way over the 25 to the 26. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Nice job by Walls, shaking off a tackle around the ankles and picking up a gang of 6.
It's like the Knights are picking up the pace here. Going with the no huddle. Give to Walls, hit at the line of scrimmage. Bowls his way to about the 28, maybe the 29. Will be 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 1 with 9:37 to go. First quarter of play. Now we got trips to the right. Walds up the middle. First down and more to the 35. Still moving. Up to the 40. First down, Knights.
Caleb Walls is a big guy, and it's not easy to bring him down, especially when you're tackling him high like Grove City just tried to do.
So the Knights on the move. They started this drive at their own 20. Walls now to the right of Lee in the backfield. Give to Caleb. And he'll gain 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Caleb Walls carries the football for 2 more yards. 2nd and 8. Tackle by Jared Sharp.
Just a gorgeous night for football tonight on a Saturday night in Central Ohio. Actually, I guess we'd say this is Southeast Ohio, right, Caleb?
Yes.
Lee, back to pass. Steps up. 45, 50, 45-yard line. First down, Knights. Jeremiah Lee on the keeper.
Great job by Lee, not finding an open man. And when Grove City brought the rush, he found a hole and used it.
No, the Knights have been looking forward to start league play here because now they're playing teams of about their same caliber, same size. Here's Lee, gives to Walds. He's hitting the backfield drop for a loss of about 1. Knights did this last year. They scheduled some tough teams to open up, and it prepared them for league play.
Well, it's good to play tough teams. It's good. It's a learning experience for these kids, and it's great when you play the tougher teams because then they can learn.
They learn and they improve, don't they? 2nd and 11. Lee, back to pass, throws, long. He's got Lobenfeld, and there's a interference penalty as Caleb Lobenthal tried to come back for the ball, and that interference penalty will be on the Grove City defense.
Grove City brought the rush again, and Lee looked as calm as ever in that pocket.
Knights with the first down. They keep the ball moving, keep the chains moving. 1st and 10 now on the 31-yard line. 7:30 to go. First quarter of play. Grove City leads by a score of 7-0. Walls to the left of Lee. He gets the call. Hits the 30, across the 30, at about the 29. Short gain. Brought down by Jared Sharp for the Eagles. Knights now still going with the no huddle. Lobenthal and Leeper out wide to the right. There goes Caleb. Inside the 10. First down, Knights.
That's one thing you cannot do with the Grove City. You can't let Caleb Walls get through the front.
Lee to Walls, hit in the backfield and dropped. Alec Poling is the one that met Caleb and introduced himself to Caleb in the backfield. That's a loss of, we'll say, 3. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 12. Lee. Rush steps up in the pocket, gets up to about the 9. But check that. That is a loss on the play. Mike got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, we'll say he lost one. We'll mark it at the 13. So it'll be 3rd and goal at the 13 with under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play.
There was just nowhere for Lee to go that time.
On the blitz, Lee hit and dropped. Logan Cole is the first one to meet Jeremiah in the backfield, and they'll bring up 4th down and goal for the Knights.
Well, when it counted the most, Grove City's defense stepped up.
4 down territory for the Knights now. 18 on the play clock, 5:20 to go, first quarter. Lee, back to pass, looks, flushed out of the pocket, hit and dropped at the 15. Grove City Christian holds on the defensive end, and the Knights turn it over on downs, but they started on their 20. Had a good drive going, just stalled out at the, say, the 15-yard line, maybe the 16 of Grove City Christian. So Grove City Christian will now need to go the length of the field. They started that last drive on the 1-yard line with a blocked punt. 1-yard run by Alec Poling gave Grove City Christian the 7-0 lead. Give to Roberts up the middle. Be 2nd and long. Gherkin on the stop, coming over from his left linebacker position.
Got in there and made a nice tackle.
Looks like it'll be 2nd and 7 as the sun sets down behind the trees in the hills in New Lexington. Caleb Sullivan, the quarterback. Give is to Tav Sim. Andrew Beatty was or Matthew Beatty was on the tackle. I'll bring up 3rd and short. We'll say 3rd and 2 with 4:05 to go now in the first quarter. Knights look a lot better this week than they did last week.
Yes, they do.
Give to Roberts, hit by Caleb Walds, and his forward progress will move the chains. First down for Grove City Christian. Roberts had well over 246 yards rushing last week.
That's a very
He just had
impressive.
246 yards rushing on his touchdown runs. Capped the game off with an 80-yard run against Portsmouth Notre Dame. And we got a penalty flag procedure. False start on the Eagles. They'll back them up 5.
15, Grove City Christian.
.330 to go. Ball's marked at the 22-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left now for Grove City Christian. Sullivan back to pass. Looks, throws. It is almost intercepted by Isaac Payne.
Well, the defense got to him and just about brought up the sack and then almost forced an interception.
It'll be 2nd and 15 with 3:07 to go now in the first quarter of play. Backs in the eye. Sullivan gives to the first back through. That's Austin Sowers for a good gain. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
He ran through a couple tackles and had a pretty good gain on there. Looked almost like a Caleb Walls.
Colin Blackwell on the stop for the Knights. 3rd and 8 at the 29. 2 wide receivers to the right. Backs in the eye. Beatty with the tackle in the backfield as he met Alec Poling in the backfield. Good play by Beatty, and it'll bring up a 4th down situation, a punting situation for Grove City Christian.
Yes, great job by Beatty. Just got around his blocker and was able to make the stop. Plays like that is what you need if the Knights are hoping to win this game.
Tristan Taylor will punt it. Good snap. Lee has it at the 28. To the 39. Fumble! Grove City says they have it. We'll see. They do.
Jeremiah Lee, the ball carrier.
Second turnover tonight for the Knights. First was actually it wasn't a turnover, it was a block punt. It's the first fumble of the night for the Knights. Grove City Christian gets the ball on the Knights' 38-yard line.
Again, good field position for Grove City.
Makes a difference when you start at the short field.
Yes, it does.
Sullivan over center. Gives to Roberts around left end. Hits the 40. Driven out of bounds by Jeremiah Lee. Lobenthal over there as well.
Trey Roberts, the ball carrier.
Roberts just ran through Lobenthal.
They'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll say 5 at the 33.
It's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Joe Pashovit centering the ball to Caleb Sullivan. And it looks like we have
Flag on the play.
penalty flag. And they're going to mark it off
Encroachment on
against the Knights. And that should be close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it.
2nd and 1.
I'm going to say 2nd and 1. Give is to Tave Sim for the first down.
First down carry.
Under a minute to go. Here in the first quarter, Knights down 7-0.
Sim, the ball carrier.
9 seconds to go here on the play clock. Give to Roberts, up the gut, breaks a tackle, and he will score the touchdown. Grove City Christian is lucky to get that play off because the clock was at 0. The play clock was at 0, but they did not throw the flag. That's a 24-yard touchdown run for Trey Roberts. Comes at the 35-second mark. And Taylor with a point after. 35.9 seconds to go here. First quarter of play. Grove City Christian takes a 14-0 lead over the FCA Knights. Along with Caleb Young, Jack Davidson, the FCA media team, and the FCA Sports Network, brought to you by
Service Master Clean by Todd George provides cleaning services for Fairfield County. They will help you get clean and stay that way, at work and at home. Service Master Clean by Todd George is proud to demonstrate their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George, 740-687-1077.
So it's a 14-0 deficit for the Knights that they'll try to make up here on this kickoff return. Tristan Taylor will tee the ball up at the 40. Now Lobenthal and Lee back in dual safety for the Knights. I haven't seen a football team do this. That little sway to get the momentum. There's the kickoff. Deep into the end zone, another touchback. Put the ball at the 20-yard line for the Knights. First and 10 with 35.9 seconds to go.
Well, 2 touchbacks for Grove City's kicker. He's looking pretty good.
We've seen him kick in past years, and he does have quite a leg. It's quite a weapon when you have a kicker such as Tristan Taylor. Hayden Welch used to do the honors for the Knights a few years ago, and he did a great job. There's a first down for Caleb Walls as he stumbles across the 30-yard line, keeps the feet moving. They'll mark it at the 31 with 30.3 seconds to go. Caleb will come out to get a little bit of a breather.
He got tripped up there at the end, or it looked like Trey Roberts on that touchdown run.
Give is to Sean Kuhn. And it'll bring up 2nd and 8 with 9 seconds to go. Two seconds, 1 second, and that will do it. Timeout on the field, 1 quarter in the books, and Grove City Christian leads the Fairfield Christian Academy Knights here at homecoming by a score of 14-0. Caleb and I will be back with the FCA Sports Network after this on the FCA Sports Network.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
The FCA Sports Network. The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Central Ohio General Surgeons. They are physicians who are ready and willing to perform invasive procedures for the wellness of their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion, so feel free to please and ask questions at any time. Central Ohio General Surgeons can be contacted at 654-6213. Thank them for supporting FCA Sports.
2nd and 8 for the Knights here on their own 32-yard line to start the second quarter. Caleb Waltz pulls his way to the 35-yard line.
Caleb Walsh, the ball carrier, gain of 4.
And it'll bring up, I'd say, 3rd and a long 6. Ten seconds on the play clock as the Knights break the huddle. Knights just get the play off, gives to Walds over left guard to about the 38. That'll bring up 4th and short, and we'll see if the Knights will punt the ball away.
Well, the Knights were looking to complete the 3rd down there, but they were unable to.
Collins Blackwell doing the punting duties tonight.
Blackwell standing at his 25. Good snap. Ball off the side of his foot, and it'll go out of bounds at the 40. 2-yard punt for the Knights. We'll bring up 1st and 10 from Grove City Christian, who's had their way with the field position. They've had great field position all night.
Yeah, the Knights are just handing it to them.
So Caleb Sullivan leads the Eagles out. Caleb, a 6'3" freshman, is Poling and Sowers in the backfield. Give us to Poling, up the gut. And he'll gain 9, and it'll be 2nd and short. Two wide receivers now to the right. Sim and Sowers in the backfield. Sowers the up back, give to Sim. And he'll be close to the 1st down, over the 30. And looks like they'll grant him the 1st down as they mark the ball at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for Grove City Christian.
Well, I'm not really expecting Grove City to start passing here as long as their running game's working for them.
Grove City Christian brought their band along the way. About a 10th of the size of Grandview's last week. The give is to Sim, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. Miles Ralph was in there.
Now, if the Knights are going to keep giving Grove City good field position like this, they're going to need to keep up the plays like that.
Second and 11 at the 29. Sullivan gives to Roberts. Jukes to the outside, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Trey Roberts, a 29-yard touchdown run as he bounced to the outside. That's Trey Roberts' 2nd TD of the night. He's had a 24-yard run and a 29-yard touchdown run.
Well, he broke 3 tackles along the line of scrimmage and then looked like a track star running the rest of the way.
Roberts will hold Tristan Taylor will attempt the point after. There's the snap, ball down, kick is good. 8:37 to go. In the first half of play, Grove City Christian takes a 21-0 lead over the Fairfield Christian Knights here on the FCA Sports Network.
The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Fairfield Christian Church, serving Lancaster at the corner of Columbus and Whittier Streets near the River Valley Mall. Pastor Trevor Littleton invites you to know Christ, go in Him, share His love on Sunday morning at 9 and 10:45. Learn more online at fairfieldchristian.org.
So 8:37 to go now in the first half of play. You got Lobenthal and Lee back for the Knights to your left, and Tristan Taylor getting ready to kick off again for Grove City Christian. Grove City won the toss. They elected to defer. So they will get the ball again to start the third quarter of play, as if they need it. 21-0. The Knights have been right there tonight, haven't they, Caleb? They just have not been able to convert on their one long drive.
Yeah, they made it about 60 yards, but were unable to get it done.
So here's the approach, and the ball fell off the tee, so we'll tee it up again. Now, the Knights' offense has looked rather good tonight. The defense has held, but Grove City Christian has only got one touchdown on that block punt. It gave them the ball at the 1 yard line. They just punched it in on the next play. But Grove City Christian has had their way with the field position. They've had the ball inside Knight territory to begin each 3 of the 4 drives. Here's the approach, and there's the kick, booming kick. Lobenthal will field it at the 10. Drops it, picks it up. It's the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. First down for the Knights. Lobenthal getting up gingerly here, but stay in the game. Now we got a timeout for the Knights. Actually, it's an official timeout as a Grove City Christian player is down. And that is Jason Stauffer, a 5'8" senior defensive back wide receiver. I hope he's all right. We'll let Caleb tell you a little bit more who helps us bring this telecast to you.
You can keep up with Sheriff Dave Phelan on This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. He interviews great guests and shares important community information, Mondays at 11 and 4, Tuesdays at 12 and 9 on LSN Lancaster Community TV, available 24/7 online at lancasterohio.tv.
And it's good to see Jason Stauffer walk off under his own power. And the Knights will start this drive on their 16, 1st and 10. They've been running the ball quite effectively tonight. Caleb Walls having a great game on the ground. I'd say he's well over 50 yards tonight. And now we have a timeout. Fairfield Christian Academy.
On Fairfield's long drive, it was mainly Caleb Walls, other than that one long run Lee had.
There are volunteer opportunities at Fairfield Christian Academy, so contact Mr. Garrett if you're interested in being a math tutor this year. Don't forget, stop by the concession stand. And
so the Knights now have it straightened out, we hope, and they'll start the drive on the 16. Logan Roca is wide left. Lobenthal and Leeper wide right. Along with Blackwell. Gives to Walls. Hits the 20, 25, out of bounds. First down, Knights.
He almost broke to the outside for a monster gain, but was pushed out of bounds.
Nicely conceived play there by the Knights as they move the football, move the chains. Leaper, Lobenthal, and Blackwell wide to the left for the Knights. Give to Walls up the gut. I'll bring up second and long.
Tackled by Sawyer Cole.
Second and 6. The ball's marked at the 34-yard line. Once again, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Walls to the left of Lee. Gets the snap, breaks a tackle. And he'll gain maybe a yard.
Well, great job by Lee breaking the 1 tackle, but was unable to get much past the line of scrimmage.
And now we have a player down, and that is Bill Carson for the Eagles. Allow Caleb to tell you a little bit more about our sponsors tonight.
Learn more about Lancaster, Ohio on the weekly conversation called Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller. Mike adds perspective on Lancaster, Ohio businesses, Lancaster, Ohio events, and Lancaster, Ohio hidden treasures. Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller is an informative and engaging on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9, Mondays and Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Available 24/7 online at lancasterohio.tv.
So the Knights taking a knee as Bill Carson is still down for the Eagles. This is homecoming for the Knights. Did you go to the dance last night?
I did not.
You did not? Okay. I thought we'd have a high-in-the-booth reporter here telling me how, everything that went in to it.
Well, I stayed home.
Oh, you're gonna tell me all the rumors then, huh?
Nah, I just wanted to stay home and get some rest for a cross-country meet I had this morning.
Oh, how'd you do?
Not as good as I was hoping to do.
Well, how'd the team do?
We did very well, actually.
We'll
we got
talk
first
about
place.
that when we get a break. 3rd and 5 at the 35. Now we got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Walls in the backfield with Lee. A little pitch to Caleb. Hits the 35, 40, first down, Knights. And now we got penalty flags thrown on, I believe it'll be Austin Sowers, who gave, I think, Wyatt Underwood a little personal foul on Grove City Christian. That was on Austin Sowers as he gave Underwood a little pop well after the play. So the Knights move the ball on the penalty as well. 1st and 10 on the 44. So tell me about the cross-country meet today.
This morning, the high school varsity boys ran really well and picked up first place right in their hometown, Lancaster High School.
At Lancaster High School. Now we'll talk more about it after this play. Walls hits the hole, 40, 35-yard line. Good play, good run by Caleb Walls. Where's the course? Is the course at Lancaster High School?
It was. A little bit ran over into Ohio University Lancaster campus, but the start and finish was at Lancaster High School.
That's a familiar course. That's really a traditional course. If you ever driven by Lancaster High School, you see the flags set up there. It's a challenging course, it looks like.
Yes, it is. It's not one of the faster courses we won.
Walls on the swing pass. That's an incomplete pass. Boy, that was close to being a lateral. I think the Knights caught a break there, and it'll be 3rd and 1. So the Knights finished in first place in their division?
Yes.
Very good. Now, how did you do? I know you said you didn't do as well as you wanted to do, but, I mean, Jack Nicklaus didn't win every golf tournament, so, I mean, everyone's got their days. How did you do?
Well, it was...
3rd and 1. Keeper, Lee, first down. So how did you do?
It was not one of my better races.
Okay, all right. You finished though, right?
I did.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's now if I were to run cross country, they need the squad after. So you did well. How many mile of a course is that?
Well, the high school runs 3.1 miles. It's a 5K.
5K. Lee back to pass. Looking. Steps up. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Throws right side. Incomplete. Intended receiver is Colin Blackwell. 2nd and 10 at the 30 with 6:05 to go. Well, who won for the Knights? You guys did well, so who finished... if not first, who led the Knights in the running today?
Jacob Thompson was the first place runner.
Is that right? Very good. Now, who's on the team?
Well, after Jacob Thompson, you'd have Eric Hoover running next, and then Noah Davis, Luke Hoover, Luke Custer, and Luke Kumler.
Give to Walls off left tackle. Crosses the 30 to about the 29-yard line, maybe the 28. I'm going to bring up 3rd and long. Now, you guys had a good team last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
And, I mean, you had a lot of players returning. Okay, we got a timeout for FCA, so we'll take a timeout. 5:48 to go. First half of play. Knights down 21-0. Let's talk a little more about cross country with Caleb Yount, my broadcast partner tonight. So how's the cross-country team done this year?
We've done excellent so far, actually. We picked up first place at a number of meets, and I think we've placed at all of them, but first place in a couple.
Now, you should have your tournament coming up, right? Or was this it?
No, regionals and districts is not till later in the season. We'll get into October, and then we'll have
Okay,
those.
all right, because I saw that the golf team has their a match coming up, their sectional match coming up. I think it's Tuesday out at Pine Hill. Early tee time. I think it's like around 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, that's a great sport for you to play, golf, because you get out of school.
Yeah.
See, when you run, all you do is you break out into a sweat, right?
Well, we got to meet up in Fredericktown coming up soon, and we'll get out of school early for that.
Oh, good. Good. 3rd and long. Lee throws. Caught! First down, Knights. That's Robert Leeper on the catch. Jeremiah Lee stood in the pocket well. He got popped after that pass, but that was a nicely thrown ball by Jeremiah Lee. First down, Knights, 1st and goal at the 10. Second time they've had the ball inside the red zone this evening. Lee tosses to Walls. He'll gain inside the 5 to about the 4. 2nd and goal.
Well, before that pass to Bobby Leeper, the game was mostly just Lee and Walls. But the seniors can't do it all by themselves and needed help from the sophomore.
Always helps when you have other players contributing.
Yes, it does. Individual players don't win games. It's the whole team working together that wins games.
2nd and goal at the 4. And the give is to Walls. He'll gain a couple. Now it'll bring up 3rd and goal. Scoreboard has 4th and goal at the 2, but it's 3rd and goal. With 4:33 to go here in the first half of play. The Knights would really like to punch it in here.
Yes, they would.
They have not played bad tonight at all. They've held their own with Grove City Christian. They just had that block punt to begin the game. There's a give to Walds, and he'll gain about a yard up to about the 1 yard line. They'll bring up 4th and goal.
Well, they went for it back on the other drive. I don't see why they wouldn't go for it here.
Lee over center. Fans standing. Lee punches it in. Does he have it? There's no signal. Grove City Christian says that they stopped him, and they did. You can't get any closer to the goal line than what the Knights are there.
Yeah, I thought he was in.
Maybe 1.5 inches.
Steve Rao, the PA announcer, saying that they have about an inch, inch and a half to go, but he had to punch it in because it was 4th and goal. That's how short they were scoring a touchdown. Yeah, Caleb, looked to me that they had that because the forward progress, they were moving the pile and then they drove him back. I thought he was in. So 3:39 to go, first half of play. Knights turn the ball over again on downs, and Grove City Christian will take the ball at their own 1 yard line. 1st and 10 for Grove City Christian. They lead 21-0.
The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Big Sandy Superstore, which was founded in 1953. They believe in giving customers the best possible value for their money spent, and if there is a problem, they simply follow the golden rule. This simple formula has stood the test of time. Big Sandy Superstore. Bigger, better. In Lancaster on Memorial Drive. Online at BigSandySuperstore.com.
I believe we have Connor Harrison down the field tonight. I'm going to try to have an interview with the coach. Coach B.J. Queen at halftime.
Also at halftime, we'll stay on to announce the homecoming attendance.
.339 to go, first half of play. There's a fumble. The Knights have it. Touchdown, Knights!
And there's the much-needed touchdown that the Knights wanted. Well, that cuts the deficit down to, well, 15 points. And then if they get the point after, it'll be 14.
I think it was Andrew Gherkin with the recovery, wasn't it?
I think so.
My former broadcast partner. So the Knights get back in this ball game with a 1 yard fumble recovery. Caleb Walds will kick the extra point with Lee to hold. Ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:22 to go in the first half, the Knights get on the board with a touchdown fumble recovery by Andrew Gherkin. Point after was good. And it's 21-7. Grove City Christian leads the Knights.
And that'll be a huge morale boost for the Knights. That'll bring them within 2 touchdowns again.
While you certainly like to see the offense punch it in, like you say, Caleb, that's a shot in the arm. No matter how you score to get the 7 points, that's huge.
I didn't expect a fumble recovery in the end zone. I was thinking more of on terms of a safety or something.
So the Knights will kick off for the first time tonight. Back deep for Grove City Christian is, looks like Alec Poling and Jason Stauffer. Caleb Walls will do the honors for the night as he tees it up just inside the right hash mark. Waltz tees it up. Here's the approach. Here's the kick. Fumbled at the 22. Polling, 25. Breaks to the outside. He's got a lane. Up to the 40, 41-yard. Fumble! Another fumble. Let's see who has it.
That's the second fumble this play.
Grove City Christian comes up with it. That was Kent Ristel on the fumble recovery. Boy, if they would have recovered that fumble, that would have been huge.
Yes, it would.
So the Knights defense need a stop here. The ball's marked at the 41, 1st and 10 for Grove City Christian. Trey Roberts in the backfield for Grove City Christian. He's got 2 touchdowns as it is tonight already. Touchdown runs of 24 and 29 yards. Now it looks like Roberts is going to be the quarterback. Rolls left, looks, sets up, throws long. He's got a receiver open, overthrows the intended receiver. That's Tristan Taylor on the left side. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jeremiah Lee was back there in coverage. Troy Roberts throws a nice ball. He's a good-looking athlete. 2nd and 10, Roberts now will head to the left. Breaks a tackle. Lee tries to force him out of bounds. Roberts still moving. Now he goes to the right side. To the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Grove City Christian.
He just went from one side of the field to the other and then ran it in for the touchdown.
So that is a 59-yard touchdown run by Trey Roberts. Now you can see why he had well over 240 yards rushing on touchdowns last week. 27-7. And I think Grove City Christian got away with a block in the back or two on that play. Here's the point after. And looks like we have a penalty flag on the play. It might be encroachment on the Knights. It is. That point after will be attempted again.
That penalty is declined.
Looked like Andrew Gherkin jumped the line.
Well, if the penalty is on the Knights, they have to try the point after again. Let's see if they'll go for 2. They declined the penalty, so they will attempt the point after again. Roberts to hold. Snapping the ball is Logan Cole. Ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:35 to go here in the first half of play. Grove City Christian leads 28-7 over the Knights on the FCA Sports Network.
The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Service Master Clean by Todd George. Provides cleaning services for Fairfield County. They will help you get clean and stay that way at work and at home. Service Master Clean by Todd George is proud to demonstrate their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George, 740-687-1077.
So Trey Roberts is the story of this ball game for Grove City Christian. Has a 24-yard touchdown run, 29-yard touchdown run, and a 59-yard touchdown run. And we still have a whole half to play. So Lobenthal and Lee will receive this kick from Tristan Taylor. We'll tee it up at the 40. Beautiful night for football here in southeastern Ohio. And we will come again to you from New Lexington next week as FCA hosts Harvest Prep. There's the approach, there's the kick, booming kick. Laubenthal has it at the 5. 10, 15, 20. Cuts back to the 25-yard line. First down, Knights. So the Knights will have to put up a long drive here to get on the scoreboard with 2:29 to go in the first half of play. They've been able to run the ball effectively. Caleb Wald's having a great game for the Knights. Jeremiah Lee gets the instructions from the bench, enters the huddle with 18 seconds to go on the play clock. 2 wide receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Walds, the lone back, gives to Caleb up the gut, powers his way to the 29. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Clock is running, 2:20 to go.
Tackled by Austin Sowers. It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Throws over the middle. It's got Laubenthal. 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Down to the 1. First and 10 for the Knights. Clock is running. 1:54. Make it 1:48 to go now. The referees are talking to Alec Poling. I don't know what this is about. There's a flag on the play. Illegal block on the back on the Knights. Boy, they could have called that on that Trey Roberts 59-yard touchdown run too.
They could have called that back too.
Unfortunate penalty on the Knights. Well-conceived play.
Beautiful blown coverage by Grove City. He was wide open in the middle of the field.
They were looking for Jeremiah Lee to hit Caleb Walds out of the backfield. They've done that a few times tonight, and Laubenthal just broke wide open at the 50.
Yeah, they like the screen plays with Caleb Walls.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 50 for the Knights. 3 wide receivers to the right. Pass out to Blackwell and just off his hands. 2nd and 10. 1:43 to go in the first half. Lee gets the play call from Coach Queen. 11 seconds on the play clock. Now they break the huddle. Cheerleaders trying to do their thing on the sidelines. Here's Lee, back to pass. Hit in the backfield and dropped at the 44-yard line. They may give him progress to the 45, but it's a loss of 5 on the play. Sims on the sack, 3rd and 15 at the Knights 45 with 1:40 to go in the first half of play. Stay tuned for halftime. Caleb, who do we have at halftime?
We have BJ Queen.
Lee, back to pass, looks, throws, incomplete. Intended receiver was
Logan
Logan
Roca.
Roca.
Pass intended for Logan Roca. Incomplete.
That'll bring up 4th and 15. 1:20 to go. And I think the Knights will probably go for it. Maybe not. No, they're going to kick it away. Colin Blackwell will kick it. He's going to stand at his own 32-yard line. High snap. Nice kick. Hits at the 35, goes inside the 20 to about the 16.
Punt by Colin Blackwell.
That's a lot better punt for the Knights than the one earlier.
It's a 39-yard punt. No return. 1:10 to go, first half of play. Knights down 28-7. Eagles opened the scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run by Alec Poling. It came after a blocked punt. Trey Roberts has scored from 29 and 24 yards for the Eagles, and it was 21-0 before the Knights got on the board on a fumble recovery in the end zone to make it 21-7. Knights scored, Eagles scored again to make it 28-7, and that pass from Roberts out in the flat to Brady Holt.
Nice job by Andrew Gerken making the stop in the open field.
Andrew Gerken snuffed that out. 1:03 to go. Now we have penalty on the Knights.
Flag on the play against Fairfield Christian Academy. 1st and 10.
So move the ball up
Eagles.
for a first down. Roberts throws left side, complete.
Roberts to
Tristan Taylor.
Incomplete.
Check that. That was incomplete.
For the Eagles.
2nd and 10.
Under a minute to play in the first half.
Roberts with Poling in the backfield. Roberts rolling left. Looks, throws. He has his receiver. It's caught, fumbled, and recovered.
Pass from Craig.
Holt caught the ball. Stauffer recovered it.
Fumbled by Holt and recovered.
Ran out of bounds.
Stopper.
And that'll bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 1. 3rd and 9.
Got 3 wide receivers to the right. Roberts will keep it. Hits the 30. Still moving. Now he's dropped
Trey Roberts the ball.
for a gain of about a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Flag on the play.
And we got a flag.
I think they'll call it horse collar on the Knights. But I also saw holding towards the beginning of the play, but it doesn't. Yeah, the flag was thrown too late for that.
No flag on the play.
No flag on the play. It'll bring up 4th down.
It is 4th down and 9.
4th and 9.
Eagles of Grove City Christian.
So the Eagles will be in punt formation. Taylor will kick it away. He'll stand at his 18-yard line. And penalty flag again.
Flag on the play. False start.
False start on the Eagles.
Grove City Christian. They'll back it up 5 yards. 4th and 14.
4th and 14 now.
Grove City's had an overwhelming number of penalties so far.
And they're going to let the clock run out. And they'll do it for the first half. Timeout on the field. Grove City Christian leads by a score of 28-7 over the Knights. And we're going to have some halftime festivities here as the homecoming queen will be revealed.
These
homecoming
wonders were
court
woven into the culture of Native American tribes. The descendants of the early Europeans built a business here based on agriculture. And today, this unique destination in the central Ohio countryside comes to life with stories and memories centuries old. The Fairfield County Historical Parks invites you to amazing Rock Mill. Above the falls of the Hocking River Gorge, here together, nature and man have created some truly American stories that you'll want to experience with the entire family. Visit us or learn more about Rock Mill and the largest wooden water wheel in the nation at historicalparks.org.
Hi, this is Connor Harrison on the field with Coach BJ Queen. So, Coach, first mid-state game of the year. How's it going?
Right now, we're behind a little bit. Like I said, they've made some big plays. Unfortunately, we've made big plays, but silly penalties is bringing them back. So we just got to take advantage of our big plays in the second half, slow them down, and we'll be good from there.
Awesome. So, any specific things you want to work on for this, so that?
We've got to contain and stop number 2. He's an all-state kid from last year, so if we can contain him and then score on big plays, we'll have a chance.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Victory Hill Church, and she's involved in her youth group called
there we go.
Engage.
Coach BJ Queen, everybody.
Out with a
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
Escorted by her mother, Katie, Custer, father.
Get out to the forest.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Hey guys, wait up!
And discover the wonders of nature with your family.
These trees are the key to our way of life.
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning!
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
An endless forest adventure.
Let's rock this jungle! Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Honor Society. Her life verse is, in your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. Ephesians 4:26 and 27. How about a hand for Leah Custer? The second individual vying for the queen is Morgan Furness. Morgan is escorted by her mother, Tammy Furness, and father, Tom Furness. Her activities involved being a blessing in the backpack organization, volunteering at Camp Echoing Hills, and blood donations with the American Red Cross. She's attended Fairfield Christian Academy for 5 years. Her activities at FCA involve volleyball, a class representative, a member of the National Honor Society, and Nu Alpha Theta, the Math Honor Society. She has been involved in the school comedy her junior year, and she's also a best friend of Andrew Gherkin. She needs to get out more. Her life verse is found in Romans 12, verse 9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil and cling to what is good. A round of applause for Morgan Furness. Two more folks vying for the 2014 Homecoming Queen. Mackenzie Johnson is next. She's escorted by her mother, Jenny Johnson, father, Jay Johnson, and she attends the Fairfield Christian Church. She's involved in the movement youth ministry at LCC. She does CrossFit at TrueFit, and she's a youth leader at the Fairfield Christian Church Youth Group. She's attended Fairfield Christian Academy for 13 years. Her activities of FCA include varsity basketball, varsity track, the school play, the National Honor Society, and the varsity cross-country team her sophomore year. Galatians 1:10 is Mackenzie Johnson's life verse. Am I now trying to win the approval of men or of God, or am I trying to please men? If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. A round of applause for Mackenzie Johnson. Our final candidate for the 2014 Homecoming Queen, Rochelle Tedrow. Rochelle is escorted by her mother, Lisa Slatt, and Craig Tedrow. She attends the Lancaster Community Church. She has attended Fairfield Christian Academy for 14 years and has been involved in cross-country, basketball, and the National Honor Society. Rochelle Tedrow's life verse is found by the Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anybody look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Another round of applause for Rochelle Tedrow. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of the 2014 Homecoming Queen at Fairfield Christian Academy will be announced at the end of the football game. Just kidding. Put your hands together and help welcome your brand new Homecoming Queen at Fairfield Christian Academy. It's Leah Kester. Kristen Albert, 2013 Homecoming Queen, is applying the tiara and sash. Congratulations to all of the candidates and attendants for the 2014 Homecoming Queen. One more round of applause for your brand new queen, Leah Custer.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
True definition of hero. You've been a hero. Took a heroic effort.
Every day we bring to our fans the world of sports. We speak of heroes and heroism, but there are days when sports matter little and heroes matter more. These heroes don't hit walk-off homers or buzzer-beating threes. They simply made a plan for what to do when disaster strikes. You never know when you might need to be the hero. because you never know if today is the day before a natural disaster. Prepare, plan, be a hero. Visit ready.gov.
Back here at New Lexington High School, Jack Davidson, Caleb Young, the FCA media team. FCA down by a score of 28-7 to start the third quarter of play. Homecoming queen tonight is
Leah Custer.
Leah Custer. All right, Leah, you might remember that name. Leah is one of the star basketball players for the basketball team. So congratulations to Leah. Great time here at homecoming. I know that my son Drew is FCA alum. He's home from working with the Chicago Bears. Bears have a Monday night game, so Drew is here tonight taking in homecoming. Went home this weekend because of the Monday night game, as I said. And Drew's hitting up with some of his old friends like Kenny Burcham, seeing some of his old friends here at FCA. So you get a nice shot of the crowd. A lot of people still at the concession stand. Nice thing about the concessions here at New Lexington is that the proceeds go to the senior class for their senior trip this year. I think they're going to Hawaii, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
It's always a great time. Do a lot of good work out on the mission field. I know I went to Alaska with my son, Mark, a couple years ago, and that was just a memorable trip. Rita Ralph, Chris Hawks leading the field trip, the mission trip. So FCA will kick the ball off here to start the third quarter of play, down 28-7. The story of the game is Trey Roberts, who has really shown why he's an all-state running back.
Yes, he was.
So the Knights will be moving right to left along the TV screen. Caleb Walds will be kicking the ball off for the Knights, and back deep for Grove City will be Kent Ristel, and I think that's Noah Whitaker. Check that. That's Caleb Sullivan. So the Knights teeing the ball off here to start the third quarter, the start of Mid-State League Cardinal Division play. Knights playing schools of about their own size now, so that's good. There's the whistle. Caleb with the approach. The kick goes out of bounds.
Flag on the play.
So Grove City Christian will start with good field position. They'll put the ball at the 40. It's good to see the Knights starting league play here so that they can play schools of their own size. You know, you've heard us talk about the numbers being, FCA being a small team. Their numbers are down, and that's something that Coach Queen mentioned to me before the game last week and this week, is that they don't have much depth this year. They only have 16 players. In past years, FCA has had a JV squad. There's a give. First back through. And the rugby scrum will be stopped at the 47-yard line. Trey Roberts with a 7-yard gain. Past years, FCA has been able to field the JV team. I know when my sons played, Past years, they've had a number of players. They had up to 30, 35 kids on the team. They were able to field a JV squad. This year, not too much. And they got 16, so injuries and depth is a concern. But it's good that they're playing schools their own size now. There's a give. First back through for a first down. That's Tave Sims. Grove City will move the chains.
And that's exactly what Grove City is going to try and do. Just run the clock down and move the chains. Try to keep the Knights offense off the field.
Where you'll see the numbers for FCA not only being down for football, but baseball too. With their baseball team, past few years, they've had good baseball teams, but they've only been able to have a squad of about 12. So when you're playing 9 kids, you got 3 on the bench. Just means that everyone plays, and you can't have injuries really can't be a factor. So it's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 with 10.5 to go here in the third quarter of play. Now, Caleb, you with cross country, you've had quite a turnout, don't you?
Yes.
Give to Roberts. First down and more.
The cross-country numbers have certainly grown over the years. I think we're up to 30 this year.
30?
Yes.
Wow. See, those are football numbers of a few years ago.
Yeah, we started out with 15 too, like the very first year.
And that fluctuates. I mean, FCA's had some big numbers in football in the past few years. This year they don't. I know that when they started football, a number of years ago, they started with a big squad, but they used to offer soccer. And we're able to offer a soccer program. Steve Conrad used to coach them. Steve now runs the Lancaster Parks and Recreation soccer program, does a great job. Steve coached the soccer team. They had some good squads. So 2nd and 5 now with 9:25 to go, third quarter of play. Sullivan, the quarterback, and you can't do that. That's a penalty flag on Grove City Christian. False start. Pick your player. 2nd and 10.
It's a good thing Grove City's got some players like Trey Roberts to make up for the loss of yards they lose on penalties.
Roberts carries the ball to close to the 20-yard line. Nice gain on 2nd down. We'll bring up 3rd and short. And Andrew Gherkin slow getting up. Now Andrew will jog to the sidelines.
Andrew Gherkin's recorded a number of tackles this game, which I think is higher than the past games.
Sullivan gives to the first back through. That's Alec Poling. It'll be close to a first down.
Alec Poling on the carry. Tackled by the Castle for the Knights.
I'll call it 4th and short.
Wow, even with forward progress, he didn't get it.
4th and 1 at the 19. They have to reach the 18. Give to Poling. Fumble. The Knights will get the ball on the fumble recovery. Great stand there by the Knights. it was Matthew Beatty with the fumble recovery. Maybe Isaac Payne, I'm not certain.
It looked like the whole defensive line to me.
7.5 to go. Third quarter of play. Knights with the ball for the first time here to start the second half. Two wide receivers to the left and right. Jeremiah Lee, the quarterback. Caleb Walds, the lone setback. Give on the draw to Walds. Hits the 20, maybe the 21. Be second and long.
That's a gain of 1, second and 9.
Knights going with the no huddle. Leaper in the slot to the right. Lee to Walls, hits the 20, and now we got a penalty flag. It'll be encroachment on Grove City Christian.
Encroachment on the defense. They were offside. That's a gain of 5. It'll be second and 4.
Bring up second and short for the Knights. Join us next week as we play host to Harvest Prep. Game time 7 o'clock here at New Lexington. There'll be a Friday night game. And you can watch this on Sunday afternoons at 4 on LSN. Good to have you with us. Two wide receivers to the left and right. Second and 4 on the 26. And we have encroachment again on Grove City Christian, and that will give the Knights a first down. Leaper was in motion to the left, and the left side linebacker might have been pulling, broke the plane of the line of scrimmage.
Well, just as Grove City has benefited from short field position in the first half, the Knights are benefiting from the many penalties.
Check that. That was Stauffer that was offside for the Grove City Christian. First and 10 for the Knights. Lee to Walds up the middle, keeps the legs moving, short gain. Up to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. It'll be second and 7. Beautiful night for football here in New Lexington. Game time temperature was 77 degrees. It's down in the low 70s now, quite comfortable. Walds in motion to the right. Pass is incomplete, overthrown. We'll bring up third and 7.
Grove City brought the pressure there and forced Jeremiah Lee to get the pass off.
Third and 7. 5:42 to go, third quarter of play. Knights down 28-7. Blitz, Lee, back in the pocket, steps up, throws, incomplete. Intended receiver, Bobby Leaper.
Well, it hit his hand. 7. It hit his hands and he was unable to bring it in.
Colin Blackwell will punt the ball away. Mark the ball at the 34. He'll stand on his own 20.
Back to receiver, Grove City Christian is Trey Roberts.
Trey Roberts. Single safety, back at his 40, backing up to about the 35. Good snap. Line drive kick, hits at the 40, takes a FCA bounce to the 35 to the 34-yard line.
The punt is covered by Logan Roca. First down, Grove City Christian
A
Eagles.
30-yard punt for the Knights. First and 10, Grove City Christian on their own 29. Sullivan under center. Give is to Alec Poling. Goes across the 40, about the 42. Be second and short. The give is to Poling once again. He'll have enough for a first down. Isaac Payne there on the stop, along with Blackwell. Grove City Christian will move the chains. They play Worthington Christian next week. FCA will see Worthington Christian coming up on their schedule. This is the first year for football for Worthington Christian. They've always had good athletic teams in basketball and baseball. Trey Roberts sweeping left end. Hits the 50. Still on his feet. To the 40. Hit and dropped. But he has a first down.
Trey Roberts, the ball carrier for the Eagles.
With the strength and speed like that, it's obvious why he was an all-state running back.
And that's the key on this level, really in high school. If you can get the ball to your playmakers. Let them make something happen. First and 10. Roberts with the ball, up the gut, 35. Driven back. Given forward progress to about the 33. It'll be second and short. Lobenthal on the tackle. Second and 3 on the 33. Backs in the eye. Sullivan gives to Sims, hit. Still on his feet and dropped. Initial hit provided by Josh Barr. 3rd and 1 on the 31. Matthew Beatty comes out for the Knights. In for Matthew is Sean Kuhn. Sullivan gives to Sims, keeps the feet moving for a first down. Across the 30, about the 29, needed to get to the 30.
Well, he broke away from the massive pile at the line and was stopped by Caleb Lobenthal.
.220 to go, third quarter of play. Poling and Sims in the backfield. Sims gets the ball, he's hit, keeps the feet moving, and he's dropped. Maybe a gain of a yard. Caleb Walds on the tackle. Blackwell there as well. Now, Caleb will come out with an equipment issue.
Looks like Grove City also sent in Trey Roberts.
Roberts gets it. 25-22 yard line. Blackwell and Leeper on the stop. Be 3rd and 5 at the 23 with 60 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. 2 wide receivers to the left, backs in the eye. Roberts, the deep back. Roberts hits the hole, fumbles. Picked up by Roca. Across the 30, first down Knights on the turnover. Big turnover for the Knights. Let's see what they can do with it.
Well, along with penalties, Grove City's been hurt by fumbles also.
Fell right into Logan's hands, and he knew what to do with it.
It looked like he just handed it to him.
Under 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Knights down by 3 touchdowns. Lee, the quarterback. Play action. Throws across the middle. He's got Leaper at the 40. Tries to cut back. He's dropped at the 44, and it'll be a first down for the Knights.
That's an excellent tackle by Grove City. I haven't seen it. It's a beautiful.
Tackles like that are reasons why you like to run cross country, right? Tell you, tackles like that are the reason why I played basketball and baseball in high school.
Well, I did play football for a short time my 5th grade year, but I think I found my niche with cross country.
Lee, back to pass, looks, throws, incomplete. Intended receiver Caleb Walds. 15.3 ticks to go, third quarter. Two wide receivers to the left. Walls, the lone back. Lee steps up, dropped at the 40.
Number 27 for Grove City bringing the pressure that time.
Brady Holt was bringing the pressure. Jared Sharp with the sack. 3 quarters in the books. We head to the fourth. Grove City Christian leads the Knights 28-7 in the FCA Sports Network.
This is Connor Harrison with the Fairfield Christian Academy Media. So Leah, your homecoming queen, how does that feel?
I'm very honored that my peers thought me good enough to be receive this honor of homecoming queen. I think it's every girl's dream that they want to be homecoming queen someday, and I'm honored my classmates voted for me because there was 3 other girls that deserved it just as much as I did.
Thank you, Leah. So that's it for the interview with Leah. Back to you in the booth.
Did you know that spirit wearers?
Thank you very much. That was Connor Harrison with Leah Custer. We'll be seeing more of Leah during basketball season. Coach Ben Bethel and the girls basketball team, they had a nice run last year in the tournament. He's got most of the squad back. Basketball season will be around the corner. Along with Caleb Yount, Jack Davidson, the FCA media team to start the fourth quarter. Knights down 28-7 with the football. At their own 41, it'll be 3rd and 13. 2 wide receivers to the left and right. Caleb Walls, the lone back in the backfield. Lee steps up in the pocket. He'll run. 45, 48, maybe the 49. Gain of about 8, and they'll bring up 4th down. Fourth and 5 for the Knights. We'll see if they'll go for it. Looks like they will, as Lee back to pass. Throws. First down to Lobenthal. Nice play, nice catch by Caleb. They moved the chains. A little confusion in Grove City in that Roberts was back in punt formation. First and 10 for the Knights, coming up on 11:05 to go in the third quarter. Two wide receivers to the left and right. First and 10 at the 44. Lee steps up, throws long. He's got Lobenthal out there, off his hands at the 4. Boy, would have hit on that. It would have been a big play.
It really would have been.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
And they're going to wait for Caleb to get back into the huddle. Now FCA takes a timeout. Timeout on the field. 10:49 to go in the ball game. Grove City Christian leads FCA 28-7 on the FCA Sports Network.
The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Service Master Clean by Todd George. Provides cleaning services for Fairfield County. They will help you get clean and stay that way at work and at home. Service Master Clean by Todd George is proud to demonstrate their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George. 740-687-1077.
I want to thank you for joining us on the FCA Sports Network. Next week we'll come to you here from New Lexington as the Knights will take on Harvest Prep. Harvest Prep beat Fisher Catholic handily on Thursday night. And then the FCA Knights will go on the road to Worthington Christian, followed by a trip down to Sugar Grove against Byrne Union. They'll take a break from league play. They'll host Bexley here on the 17th of October. Head up to Millersport on the 24th of October, and that'll be an interesting game. Millersport is, I think, the lone county high school that is undefeated in football. They hadn't won like 47 games. They had a losing streak, and now they're 4-0. What a great story that is. And then the finale here against Fisher Catholic on senior night, the end of October. There's a pass to Roca. Caught, 30, 25, driven out of bounds. Fumble, let's see. They're going to say that he was out of bounds. First down for the Knights at the 25.
That's exactly what the Knights needed. Big play that puts them deeper in their own territory. Excuse me, in Grove City's territory.
Three wide receivers to the right. Roca up wide to the left at the top of the screen. Wald's in motion. Keeper by Lee. Hits the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jeremiah Lee and the FCA Knights.
Beautifully executed by the Knights. And Jeremiah Lee, he saw the pressure coming from both ends of the line, which that left the middle open for him. Makes a small cut, and then he's home free.
26 yards on the quarterback keeper on the draw. Point after to follow. 28-13. Knights down by 2 touchdowns. Caleb Walls to kick it. Ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 10:28 to go in the ball game. 2 touchdown lead for Grove City Christian, 28-14, the FCA Sports Network.
The FCA Sports Network is brought to you by Fairfield Christian Church, serving Lancaster at the corner of Columbus and Whittier Streets near the River Valley Mall. Pastor Trevor Littleton invites you to know Christ, go in Him, and share His love. Sunday morning services at 9 and 10:45. Learn more online at fairfieldchristian.org.
So after a scoreless third quarter, the Knights put 7 on the board, and it's now a 28-14 lead for Grove City Christian. Caleb Walds on now to kick the ball off.
Well, the Knights can't expect to always get turnovers like that, like the fumble. to set up a touchdown drive. So they're going to need to step it up on defense if they're going to expect, because they can't fully rely on their offense.
Sullivan and Ristel back in dual safety at their own 23-yard line. Walds will tee the ball up close to the left hash at the 40. Looks like he may be attempting an onside kick. There's a little punch kick that will head out of bounds at the 40. Flag on the play, and that will give Grove City Christian good field position at their own 40. So it's up to the Knights defense to stop the Eagle offense here and get the ball back. Sowers and Poling in the backfield. Sullivan at center. The give is to Poling. Crosses the 40 to about the 41.
Well, that's what they need to do.
Lobenthal and Barr on the stop. You're right, Kayla. That's what they need to do. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Ten seconds on the play clock. Two wide receivers to the right. Backs in the eye. Poling around right end. Scoots down the sideline. Cuts back. He stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds at about the 47. No, they're going to call it at the first down marker at the 50. So they move the chains, keep the ball. First down for Grove City Christian. They're going to mark it at the 49 of the Knights. Sowers and Poling in the backfield. Play action, Sullivan going long. He's got a wide receiver open, and it is incomplete. Intended for Will Winningham. 2nd and 10.
Grove City hasn't been too successful throwing the ball this game, but they certainly have been successful running the ball with people like Trey Roberts and Sim.
What's interesting is that Roberts has not been in this series. Poling the deep back. Give to Poling. Cuts back, 45, 40. Still on his feet. Down the sideline. Driven out of bounds inside the 25. First down for Grove City Christian. They're going to mark it right at the 25. Ball on the right hash. First and 10 Eagles. 9:26 to go in the ball game. Now Roberts comes in. He will be the deep back. Sowers the up back. Gives to Roberts, up the middle. Still moving. Across the 20, inside the 20 to about the 18. Boy, I tell you, it looked like Sowers moved before the snap. Gherkin on the stop. 2nd and 3 at the 18. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. And we have an official timeout.
Official timeout
And we have
Bobby Leeper, it looks like.
Leeper is down at the 10-yard line, so we'll let Caleb tell you who's working tonight.
The FCA media team is consisted of Connor Harrison, Emily Green, Ian Parrish, Sam Herdman, Lydia Smith, Connor Darty, Harrison Poole, and me and Jack, your announcers. And don't forget, the media team is headed up by J.T. Bertram.
And you can go to fairfieldmedia.tv to watch this game. And all the games are archived on the FCA Sports Network. Leeper is still down, so let's talk about some of our sponsors here, Caleb.
You can keep up with Sheriff Dave Phelan on This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan, a weekly program here on LSN TV, Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. He interviews great guests and shares important community information. Mondays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Tuesdays at 12 and 9 p.m. LSN Lancaster Community TV, available 24/7 online at lancasterohio.tv.
Leeper walks off under his own power. Has a little bit of a limp.
Well, that's not good for the Knights offense.
2nd and 3 at the 18.
Leeper's a very good player.
Roberts hits the hole across the 15 to the 12-yard line, first down. Blackwell on the stop. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Two wide receivers to the left. Backs in the eye. Sim is the deep back. Give to Sim. Hits the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Stopped by Miles Ralph. Second and 6, ball marked at the 9.
That's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Grove City not wanting to score too quickly as they want to run more time off the clock.
Play clock at 6. 5 gives to Sim. Up the middle, hits the 5. Not gotten to the 4. It'll be 3rd and short. Tell you, Grove City is deep with running backs, with Sim, with Roberts. Pollings look good. Roberts hasn't played that much in the 3rd quarter. He's got 3 of their scores. Sim is the deep back. 3rd and short. Sullivan gives to Sim, goes left side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Dave Sims.
Dave Sims on the 4-yard touchdown run. Comes at the 7-minute mark of the 4th.
Well, that's not good for the Knights after they scored that big touchdown run after Jeremiah Lee. Then to go down by another touchdown.
Tristan Taylor will attempt the point after. Trey Roberts the hold. There's a snap, ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 35-14 score. Grove City Christian leads the FCA Knights on the FCA Sports Network.
Learn more about Lancaster, Ohio on the weekly conversation called Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller. Mike adds perspective on Lancaster, Ohio businesses, Lancaster events, and Lancaster hidden treasures. Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller is informative and engaging on LSN TV. Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9, Mondays and Tuesdays at 10:30 and 5:30. Available 24/7 online at lancasterohio.tv.
So Taylor will tee it up at the 40. We got Caleb Walds now back with Caleb Laubenthal in dual safety. Jeremiah Lee is one of the up backs. So the Knights switching it up a little bit for their kick return team. That's provided they get the football, as Taylor's had a number of touchbacks tonight. Got a great leg. Here's the approach and the kick. Drives it to Walds at the 2. Hits the seam, across the 25 to about the 28. First down for the Knights.
Ooh, Caleb Walls lowered his shoulder, and number 24 appears to be a little shaken up there.
That is Jason Stauffer. Stauffer's been banged up earlier on the evening. And I tell you, you don't want Caleb Walls running into you.
No, you don't.
He is built like a rock. And he is a good baseball player, too. Excellent athlete.
Thank you for all your support of Fairfield Christian Academy, Knights athletics, and other Christ-centered activities.
Stauffer is up and walking off under his own power.
Player is Jason Stauffer, exiting under his own strength.
That's good to see. He might have gotten his bell rung there.
Yeah, and Stauffer's a good player. I hear we've been saying his name like all night.
1st and 10 for the Knights now. Need to put a drive together, score quickly. Down by 3 touchdowns here with under 7 minutes to go. They've been able to move the ball tonight. Give to Caleb Waltz. And Caleb might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark it no gain, 2nd and 10.
Jared Sharp, one of the tacklers in that play.
The yard marker gives them about a yard gain, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. As the ball touches the 30. Walls in motion to the left, swing pass to Walls, hits the 30, 35, stiff arm to the 40, and run out of bounds. First down for the Knights. They move the chains. Tell you, Coach Queen and the coaching staff have to be pleased with the offensive effort, and the Knights look like a different football team tonight, playing teams in their own conference.
The Knights are able to run it and pass it. They're a completed offense. If it wasn't for going down early, I think they'd be a contender in this game.
Lee tries to pass it to Walds, tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
Nice job by Grove City there.
Zach Hassel was in the area as well. Hassel's a 5'9", 165-pound junior. Roca, Hassel, and Laubenthal is wide right. Lee back to pass, throws right side. He's got Laubenthal at the 40. First down, Knights. 6:05 to go. Knights moving the football, moving the chains.
It just seems like there's not much Grove City's defensive backs can do with Caleb Laubenthal. He's He's fast and he's able to get around those guys and make some big plays.
Well, tonight Jeremiah Lee has some time. There's a quarterback draw up to the 35, maybe to the 34, second down. Last week, Jeremiah, he was just under pressure with the Grandview defense. Tonight he has some time. He's able to step up in the pocket. He's made some completions. He's had that quarterback draw for a touchdown.
Yeah, we always forget to mention the people on the line. But both lines, I mean, the defensive line for Grove City's done a good job stopping Caleb Wallace a number of times, and FCA's offensive line has given Lee some pressure.
Play action. Lee steps up, hit, dropped. The 38. Everyone was covered there. The line did a good job of protection for Jeremiah, but everyone was covered in the pass routes. You mentioned the offensive line, Caleb, and this is a new offensive line. I know this is the 4th game of the season for them, but they graduated a lot of seniors last year, so have a lot of new kids learn the position. They've gelled well. Lee, back to pass, steps up, throws, caught. Down to the 24-yard line. Caleb Lobenthal, once again the receiver. And that pass route has been open numerous times. Now Bobby Leeper comes in for Zach Hassel. .4:15 to go in the ball game. Leeper, Lobenthal, and Roca wide left. Waltz across the 20. Tell you, even though the Knights are down by 3 touchdowns, this has to do wonders for their football spirit, because they've been in the game and they're moving the football. They've had some good defensive stands. Two wide receivers to the left and right. Lee back to pass, blitz, throws, left side, Roca, and he catches it. No, that was...
looks like it hit the ground
first. Hit the ground. Logan tried to sell it.
Jeremiah Lee looked very calm. I mean, they brought the pressure, and he just waited for Roca to turn around and then delivered the pass.
Black
a little
row,
short.
Roca wide left. Lobenthal, Leeper wide right. 3rd and 5. Back to pass. Throws. Incomplete. Intended receiver Caleb Walls. It'll be 4th and 5 at the 18 with 3:16 to go in the ball game. Two timeouts for the Knights. Grove City Christian with all 3 of theirs remaining. Play comes in from the sidelines and 20 seconds on the play clock. Knights break the huddle. Blackwell tight, left end. 2 wide receivers to the right. Lee flushed out of the pocket. Going to be hit, and it'll be driven back and sacked.
65, Jared Sharp, and 55 also. 55, Joe Pashovich.
So the Knights turn the ball over on downs, and that's just going to be about it for the Knights tonight. Lee comes out. Hassel comes in. On the defensive side, now Bobby Leeper comes out. Ryan Washek is in. Sullivan, the quarterback, gives to Poling. Gherkin has him and wrestles him down. And now we got a penalty flag, and they're going to call a horse collar on Andrew Gherkin. And I don't know about that call. He had him by the collar, but he pulled him down forward, not backwards.
It looked clean to me.
Me too, but that's why I'm up here. So, that penalty will put the ball at the 40-yard line. Sim, the deep back, gives the Sim, hits the 45 to about the 47. Beatty on the stop. Blackwell in there as well. And Hazel put his helmet on the player. We'll say second and 4 with 2:24 to go. Hope to have the coach afterwards. Stay tuned for that.
Be interesting to get his take on this loss, even though the Knights have played excellent so far.
The Knights have acquitted themselves quite well. Sullivan gives to Sim, cuts back, wrestled down at the 49. It'll be a first down in the Knights' territory, and they move the change, keep the football going with 120 seconds to go in the ball game. Grove City Christian will move to 2-2 on the season and 1-0 in the conference. FCA will fall to 0-4 and 0-1 in the conference. Minute 40 to go in the ball game. Roberts hits the 50, 45, breaks a tackle to the 40. And he is gone. Touchdown, Trey Roberts. 49-yard touchdown run. That comes with a minute 27 to go in the fourth quarter.
I think that's why they kept Trey Roberts out of the game, because with him in, they just score way too quickly.
So Roberts will hold for the point after. Taylor will attempt the extra point. There's the snap, ball down, kick is up, line drive, good. Timeout on the field with 1:27 to go in the ball game. It's 42-14. Grove City Christian scores again, and they lead the Knights to go to 1-0 here in the start of the Cardinal Division campaign.
The new members not only joined the FCA team to support the Ministries of Athletics at FCA, but will also enjoy a delicious treat from Chipotle at Lancaster, as well as being entered into a drawing for a giant big screen TV. The Fairfield Christian Academy Athletic wishes to thank Chipotle.
Roberts has about 160 yards rushing just on his touchdowns tonight.
Wow.
So he's close to 200 yards rushing for the game, and he hasn't played the whole game.
You're right. He sat out most of the third quarter.
Quite an athlete, and I think he'll play at the next level.
I would say so.
Now, Grove City Christian had a player by the name of, I think his name was Barnes. Might have been Reggie Barnes a few years ago. He went on to play Division III football at Concordia University in Ann Arbor, Michigan. There's the kick. Deep. Waltz has it 2 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback. Caleb said, "Oh, come on, let me run, man."
Caleb Walsh fielding the football in the end zone. That's an automatic touchback in high school.
So, first and 10 at the 20 for the Knights. So Jeremiah Lee comes out, and we will have a new quarterback for the Knights. Ryan Washik. Give to Walls. Across the 20 to the 21. Maybe a 22. So this is a good opportunity to get Ryan some snaps. Check that. That's Jared Walker. Jared Walker is the quarterback.
Jared Walker is a freshman.
With Jeremiah Lee graduating this year. There's a give to Walds. Nice stiff arm. Breaks a tackle down the sideline, across the 40 to the 44-yard line. We may have a face mask on Grove City Christian. It's good that Jared Walker gets a chance to play, get some snaps under the lights.
I always hear stuff at school about Caleb Lobenthal, about replacing Jeremiah Lee when he graduates, but with the way Caleb played today, I think they'd want to stick him at wide receiver still.
First down Knights at their own 49, 45.9 seconds to go. Clock is running. Walls hit in the backfield and drop. Loss of a couple. 40 seconds to go in the ball game.
Correction, Sean Coon, the ball carrier on that play.
27 seconds. 3 wide receivers to the right, or left, 1 to the right. The give is
Sean Coon.
Sean Coon. He'll lose a couple, and Coach Andrew McCampbell gets a water bath on the opposite side for his first win this season in the division. And that's the end of the ball game. Final score, Grove City Christian School 42, the FCA Knights 14. So who do we have to thank tonight, Caleb?
Well, first of all, let's thank the media cameramen, Connor Harrison, Emily Green, Lydia Smith, Sam Herdman, and Ian Parrish. The director and producer, JT Burcham. Graphics and audio, Connor Darty. And the switcher, or TriCaster, Harrison Poole. And your announcers, Caleb Yount and Jack Davidson.
I want to remind you that you can watch this FCA media production online, the FCA Sports Network. Watch it on LSN TV, Lancaster Warner, Time Warner Digital Channel 9, or YouTube at lancasterohio.tv. Players will gather now at the center field at the midpoint there at the 50-yard line. And as they have usually done tradition-wise when these two schools play, no matter what sport it is, they'll kneel down and one of the seniors will have a prayer of thanksgiving for safety, good sportsmanship shown here. And many of these players will see each other again on the basketball court or on the baseball diamond, wherever the case may be. It's a nice rivalry that FCA has continued here with Grove City Christian School. Our next game will be next week here at New Lexington. Friday night game. It's at 7 o'clock. You can join us here at New Lex as FCA takes on Harvest Prep. And FCA will go on the road for 2 games, traveling to Worthington Christian Friday the 3rd of October. And on the 10th of October, they travel down to Bern Union. So if you're looking for a fun time to have on a Friday night, come join us here at New Lex as the FCA Knights will take on Harvest Prep.
I went off to Paris to start modeling, and it sounds so much more glamorous than it was. I was a rebellious teenager. I was questioning authority. Who really knows the truth? Who really knows what's right and what's wrong? Who's to say? And I knew that what I was holding in my hands was the truth. And as I read, my life was forever changed.